Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Fallen London. Today we will be having a look at July's exceptional story, Paisley. As always, we're going to start off this as it's a new exceptional story with, if you want to do these, please subscribe, you get extra actions, cards, and you support Failbetter and help them make even more of these wonderful stories. But without further ado, let's look at an unpaired glove. You're browsing the gloves, a dark and savage. One catches your attention by suddenly catching your arm. What a curious Paisley pattern, and what an insistent specimen. It doesn't seem to have a mate. It follows you through the shop, walking on its fingers. So we can either take the glove, you've rarely seen an accessory more eager to be purchased, or we can ignore the glove. Such aggressive sales tactics shouldn't be encouraged. No, we're going to take the glove, this thing sounds amazing. I thought I threw that thing out, says the clerk. Keep sneaking back inside, the Weasley little mitten. Go ahead, take it. We don't sell that style, whatever that style even is. It's been pestering customers all afternoon, ever since it crawled in from the streets. It arranges its fingers at the clerk in an attitude that would seem to corroborate its history in the streets. Then it shambles onto your shoulder, nuzzling against your cheek as a cat would rub against somebody's leg. You can learn more about how to equip your new glove in the story that's titled Wearing Your Paisley Clothing, available anywhere throughout London. Okay, so we have a Paisley glove. Let's have a look. As a design, this Paisley pattern is loud enough even without speaking. Thank goodness that the glove is not a languule. It leaves an impression in your memory. After you look at it, as much as a prestigious cat would leave an impression upon a cushion. And the glove leaves an impression in your palm as well. My, that is a firm handshake. Well, let's consider our wardrobe choices. What you need is a looking glass to properly judge your outfit. Back at your lodgings, you stand at the mirror and compare your new Paisley to different garments. Does this look better? Does this? The more combinations you try, the more the question becomes not whether your Paisley is stylish enough to match other outfits, but whether other outfits are stylish enough to match your Paisley. Okay, throughout this exceptional story, you will have different opportunities to change your clothes and assess your outfit at the looking glass. You can also change your clothes when you're moving about London. Well, isn't this different? How does your outfit look? In private, nobody can judge you for lingering too long at the mirror. In order to wear your new Paisley glove, open your possessions tab and equip it in an appropriate slot. You will need to increase and decrease your patterned in Paisley quality at different points to unlock options throughout this exceptional story. Okay. Consider my appearance. Arrange or assemble, stand back, study the glass. Okay, we need to actually equip it in the possessions tab. So, where is this glove? There it is. The Paisley glove. That'll replace my ladies' lace gloves. And back we go. Okay, how does my outfit look? Study the glass. Hello? What's this? A blood stain on the Paisley? Suddenly, an intuition flashes through your mind. Someone is pointing a pistol at you. Your gloved hand jerks into the air, fingers uselessly splaying to stop a bullet that rips through fabric and flesh and forehead as you fall back with a bang. But there is no bullet. There is no pistol. You're still standing at the mirror, one hand outstretched to stop a memory. Your glove inflates and deflates, like a lung gasping for breath. It wanted you to feel this. It wanted you to know that its last owner was murdered. Okay, we can consult with your Paisley glove. Its fingers are snapping to get your attention. Your glove enacts elaborate pantomimes, flopping amongst ratskin socks at your dressing table. You try to guess its meaning. Something about manacles, truncheons, and a disrespect for the law despite a duty to uphold it. Of course, it's telling you that constables are involved. Its next gesture is easier. That unmistakably loose handshake is how members of the Twiddlethumb Club greet each other. It would seem the glove is pointing you toward institutions related to its previous murdered owner. Apparently, it needs someone with a body to pay a visit. Okay, so let's turn away from the glass. You finished adjusting your wardrobe for the moment, unless your wardrobe has finished adjusting itself. With this, Paisley, it's more difficult to make the distinction. Let's prepare to step outside again. You're ready to grace the public with your appearance. Okay, wearing your Paisley clothing. Review your engagements calendar. Your clothes have places to go and people to meet. Your glove currently wishes you to visit Concord Square and the Twiddlethumb Club on Ladybones Road. It's easier to make social calls when you have a body after all. Okay, so we need to go to Ladybones Road. Let's travel with this wonderful travel map. Ladybones Road is up here. Make sure it is a separate place. Let's go to Concord Square. Reporting to Concord Square. Constables swarm like bees about a busy hive. Or fleas about a harassed hound. They are a bloody lot. In any case, they're all dressed in blue. It would be easier to pick fleas off an actual hound, in fact, than it would be to pick out an individual person from so many identical uniformed officers. Well, let's follow the glove's directions. It's pointing through a doorway into the station. Wait 1 minute, barks a whiskered constable. What's that? He prods your glove with his truncheon. Your glove prods back. Thought so. Another scrap of Paisley with an attitude. As evidence stays, which you already know. A warrant pertains to a case, this glove. He lowers his voice. A murder case. His grin is missing 2 front teeth. Step right inside. The supervising detective will want a word with you. Nothing to fret about, if you're an honest citizen. You are surrounded by police. One false move and your colleagues on the Velocipede squad will respond faster than excessive force complaints are swept under the rug. The supervising detective is sorting casework at her desk, smoking an imported carnelian cigar that most definitely wasn't confiscated. She taps ash onto an evidence locker near her feet. Okay. Well, let's speak with the supervising detective. Well, well, that's an interesting pattern on your glove. There are preliminary questions. There are searches, but no seizures. Found it in a shop, eh? Asks the supervising detective, taking a tape measure to your glove. It smacks her away. That's the same Paisley, all right. Custom snarl. Snobbish. Won't cooperate. But this one cooperates with you. She leans back in her chair. I'll be frank. My hands are tied. Too much bureaucracy. I could use an informant. Someone who can deal with textiles. I'm putting together a case, and you're holding a piece. We had a murder recently. Some dandy caught a bullet in his brain. Doubt he lost much there, to be honest. But he lost his clothes. Sentient Paisley. It fled the crime scene. Now we're trying to regather all the articles. You seem to get along well with the fabric. Nobody else in my division does. Okay, so we can ask about the murder victim. What can she tell you about the man who owned your glove before? The Assassinated Aesthete. How an interesting title. We interviewed him when he came around again. Claimed he never saw the murderer, just heard the gunshot. Died, then woke up in the morgue. Couldn't guess who might have killed him either. No enemies, he said. No apparent motive. Because who could ever dislike a do-nothing fop from the Twiddlethumb Club? She looks through a window at the passing crowds. If I had to consider that roster, I'd have to consider every adult urchin and talking rat in this city. I need to narrow it down, which is why I need the outfit. Well, let's ask about these sentient Paisley clothes. What would Concord Square learn by obtaining the victim's outfit? We're dealing with a clothes colony. That glove is just a fragment. Put all the pieces together and you've got a whole identity. And I've got a new witness to interrogate. But it's useless without the full set. Might as well interrogate a dish towel. She pauses to consider. Unless you could blackmail the dish towel. I'll need to remember that next time. So, we have a choice here. We can either help with the investigation with Concord Square. You've pledged your service to Concord Square, learn the music. Or we can step outside and go to the Twiddlethumb Club to advance an alternate way. There's no penalty for leaving now, and you can return later. Let's weigh my options. Normally I wouldn't do this, I'd probably just go with the police, but there's a small part of me that is intrigued by the Twiddlethumb Club. The club has one official rule: all members must twiddle their thumbs. Not one single solitary speck of productivity, sensibility, or responsibility will be tolerated. Of course, there are the unofficial rules. All members must cultivate the city's highest fashions. All members must be able to distinguish gingham from tattersall by touch alone. All members must maintain at least 3 stars beside their entries in Slow Cake's exceptionals. Your Paisley glove raps a code against the door. A fresh-faced young man in an even fresher morning suit answers the knock. "By Jove!" he cries, spotting your glove. "That's the same Paisley pattern that Mortimer was wearing when he got killed! Come in! He'll want to speak with you. We'll have to pardon his complexion. He just got back from the morgue. He's still a little..." He pinches his nose with a grimace. "Well, you know..." There are more styles here than you'd find in a rag picker's bin. Although a single cufflink from this club would finance a rag picker for a year. The deceased dandy you've come to meet is sprawled on a settee, reading letters by the fireplace. He's not quite deceased anymore, but there's still a bullet hole in his forehead, punched as neatly as a buckle hole into a belt. We can twiddle our thumbs. 60% chance, let's go. Ah, we failed. Let's try again. Ah, we failed. My scandals go through the roof, come on. At 60%, there we go. You are languid. You are refined. You are not interested, which makes you impossibly interesting. Club members ply you with drinks and delights. They flatter your sense of style. They ask your opinion about this and that, while maintaining they have no opinions themselves. They don't care about quite a lot, and you learn a great deal about things they insist don't matter. Okay, that was pretty cool. Let's speak with the deceased dandy. Good gracious, you're wearing my glove. What exceptional taste. Where did you find it? Do tell me. You tell him. Dark and savage. Ugh, he says. I'd never be caught dead in that establishment alive. Yes, then I could deny I was there. He looks at the glove as a jeweller might look at a diamond with too few carats. I suppose it was desperate. Indeed, it brought you. But you're better than Concord Square. I can forgive their negligence, their complete and abject failure to apprehend my assassin, but I cannot forgive their uniforms. No clothing is more criminal than a police uniform. Oh, bloody hell. I was murdered, you see. There's nothing quite so tedious as being murdered, except coming back to life, but I digress. My outfit, I told, fled the crime scene. I've always dressed smartly. It was obviously too intelligent to submit to police interrogation. Now, however, it might be useful to collect the pieces again. I would attempt it myself if my assassin weren't still on the loose, and if practical action weren't forbidden by club rules. Okay, let's ask him about his murder. He may remember details, considering that he was in fact there. I strive to be absent whenever I'm present. Especially for something as mundane as a murder. They happen all the time, where's the exclusivity? I can only recall a gunshot, and a most obnoxious noise. Anything that commands attention is so difficult to ignore. He didn't see the murderer? Does he have any enemies? To see my assassin would have necessitated the perception of something unpleasant, and to know my enemies would necessitate the possession of unpleasant information. It's much nicer to know nothing. All true aesthetes would agree. Okay, well, let's ask him about his outfit. Something tells you he has an opinion about fashion. I confess to being fashion conscious. My latest fashions are quite conscious. That glove belongs to a Paisley outfit. Were you to assemble the set, it might have knowledge about my assassin. The outfit, you understand, possesses its own identity, which is more than can be said for most people. And it wants to be reunited. That's the only explanation for why one article would debase itself in a common shop to seek assistance. So now I have the choice. Would I like to side with the Bohemians, apparently, because this one with the Bohemians, so I'm going to assume these people are Bohemians, even though I kind of thought they might be just upper class toffs, so potentially society. Nope, Bohemians. Or the police. Now, my character in this game is somebody who's a fan of the police in a sort of look at them go sort of way. Look at those tiny little minds doing their things, they're so insignificant and silly. Sherlock Holmesy. But I don't think I can go with the Twiddlethumb Club because they're literally nuts. So I am of the opinion where I will potentially go with the police, but I think I will end the first episode here without continuing doing anything else, and I shall get some feedback from the lovely people in the comment section, and they may be able to inform me of a much more interesting choice. Or at least, I'll just do the police one, if nobody bothers. So, thank you very much for watching the first episode of July's Exceptional Story. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated, they really are. And as always, I'll see you next time.